You know what we should do for these dances? Just pull in with some heavy metal.
Oh yeah, that'll go over real well. Okay. Oh, what's that?
It's just not
Mosh pits aren't dancing.
What makes you assume all heavy metal is inappropriate?
You're talking to a rockhead. I know myself.
Like that.
Just don't listen to inappropriate heavy metal.
This argument is stupid. Why is that question stupid? Whoa! Offended. Okay. Compound inequalities. We're going to do some examples. We're going to do them quickly because you should have already watched notes. All the things. So here we go. So we're going to solve y minus 3 greater than or equal to negative 11 and y minus 3 less than or equal to negative 8. Okay? So, easy peasy. In one like this where it uses and notation, we just solve each one and then graph it if applicable. It's very important that and means and, or means or. We'll get there in a minute. Okay, so over here, add the 3, right? Right. Thanks for the validation. I needed that. Negative 11 plus 3 is what? Thank you. What is negative 8 plus 3? Negative 5. So y is greater than negative 8 and less than negative 5. Yes, or equal to. True enough. So greater than negative 8, less than negative 5. That works because and is in between, right? So you get out your handy dandy straight edge. You do. And theoretically a calculator. You grab a dot over here at negative 8. And you grab another dot over here at negative 5. We do filled in circles because equal to, right? And we shade in between them. Easy peasy?
Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3, easy.
Let's do another one. Ye. It is filled in. Ye, sir. 6 is less than or equal to r plus 7 is less than 10. This is just as easy. This is not using and or notation. This is just smooshing it all together into a compound inequality. Hence the name. Gasp. Astonishment all around. The only difference here is normally if we do one thing to one side, we have to do it to the other side. Now there's 3 sides. So you do one thing to one side, you got to do it to all 3 sides. Easy money? So what are we going to do? We're going to subtract 7. True enough. If we do it here, we've got to do it here and here. Got to keep it balanced. Keep your teeter-totter balanced. We don't want people falling off. No death and destruction. See earlier comments about heavy metal. That wasn't a very funny callback joke, but it's a little funny. Anyway, what's 6 minus 7? Negative 1. And what's 10 minus 7? 3. For the same reason I sometimes write the wrong number. You were thinking 3 and you looked here and your mouth said 7. That's how it happened. Okay, now we've got to graph the thing. R is bigger than -1 and less than that number. 3. Right? Easy squeezy lemon peasy. We put a thing at -1 and a thing at 3. The one at -1 is going to be filled in, right? The one at 3 is not going to be filled in, right? Because he doesn't have an equal to. And then we're going to shade in between them because we're greater than -1 and less than 3. Easy peasy. Good. Let's do another thing. I really want one that does something else. Is there not an example of what I want? That's annoying. I have to make one up. Let's see. Is there one in the homework that I can just steal? Let's see. Oh, that's an even number 1.
How was everybody's day?
13 will work.
I literally fell asleep at 1 a.m. Woke up 2 minutes later to my cat throwing up on my face.
That's fine.
On your face?
That's what you get for having a cat.
And I got new sheets. While you're sleeping on it though, it's only high around me one time. But that was enough. Or when you wake up and the first thing you do is you step in it. I think that's a great way to start the morning. I know! I'm not saying that I haven't chased my cat because of that.
Okay, so 22 is less than 4m minus 2, or 5 minus 3m is less than or equal to -13. Thank you for shutting up when I started talking. Good job. Go team. Way to learn the plans. Okay, so same, right? We're going to solve this one and we're going to solve this one. Keeping an or in between. Or es muy importante. And is different than or. I'll explain when we get to the end. At least sort of. All right, so on this one, what are we going to do? Wow, that was torturous. Add 2 sounds great. We do it on this side, we got to do it on that side. 22 plus 2 is 24. 24 is greater than 4m. Now what? Divide by 4. Sounds lovely. Divide this one by 4 and divide that one by 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. Great. Good job. It's greater than m. What do we need to do here? Flip it all around, right? So m is less than 6. Or, now, what do we do over here? Subtract 5 sounds lovely. -3m. Don't forget to bring down the negative. He stays there. What is -13 minus 5? -18. I know I am, thanks. Now what? No, we don't divide by 3. That's a lie. Divide by -3. What happened? Inequality flipped. Why? because it was divided by a negative number. If we divide or multiply an inequality by a negative number, the inequality flips. So, m is less than 6 or m is greater than or equal to 6. When is a number less than 6 or greater than or equal to 6? Always. Every number is either less than 6, greater than 6, or 6. True facts? Right. So, all real numbers, right? When we graph it, he's going to look like this. Shade. Throw all the shade. Right? Now, if this said and, when is a number less than 6 and greater than 6 and 6? Never. So if this said and, then the answer would be the null set, right? It would be nothing. And when we graph, we would just have a graph with nothing. Right? So order and matters, right? Okay. Homework number 1. Page 308 through 309, numbers 6 through 32 evens. Let's talk about graphing two-dimensional inequalities. We are going to finish the notes for that and start the notes for that. Not in that order, but we are doing it. 5 cents. We can't finish before we start. We are not outside of time. This is due on Tuesday before class. Preferably, yeah, that would be wise of you, yeah.
Wait, I thought, okay, maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I thought the watch the other videos was in place of the homework that would have been due today.
Correct.
Okay, so what are we going over?
You're doing the homework.
And then we'll do the video. No, we are.
There isn't a video assigned. Today is the notes. There is a video. If you want extra notes because you feel like you're shaky on the topic, you can look it up. Yes, ma'am. What? It does. 6 through 32 evens. All right. We are going to graph two-dimensional inequalities. Yes, for the third time now. Yes. All 3 of which were directed at you. So, as Trump would say, sad. Okay. What else is new? Okay. All right. We are going to. Well, my brain was thinking systems. My brain was making this a lot. This is easy. This is easy money. We're going to jump in with examples. Here we go. Instructions say graph. And the equation looks like y is greater than 1/2 x plus 3.
Oh, is this a?
The instructions would say graph. Okay. In order to graph a line, which this is, right, what has to be true? What do we need before we can start graphing? We need it in slope-intercept form first, and then we need slope and y-intercept. Is it in slope-intercept form?
Yes.
Except for the equals, right? If it was an equals, then yes, right? Right, great. What's the slope and the intercept? The y-intercept is 3, and keep going, you're doing great. 1/2 is the rise over run, which is the slope. True enough. All right. Going to go to our graph paper, right? What am I going to do first? Put the 3 on the y-intercept. Which one's the y-axis? Up and down. So I'm going to go up. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put a dot. Then what am I going to do? Up 1, 2, over. True enough. I'm going to go up 1. And I'm going to go over 1, 2, and I'm going to put a dot. I like to go ahead and do one more just for grins and giggles. You only need 2 technically, but it can be helpful to have 3 to get a good connection. Now's where the difference happens. If this was an equals and not a greater than, we just draw a line and we move on with our life, right? There's a little bit more. First of all, we have to decide, is it a solid line or a dotted line? Where do you think I'm looking to figure that out? Greater than or equal to. That's true. So if it's equal to a line, what kind of line do you think I draw? Solid line. If it's not equal to, what kind of line do you think I draw? Dotted or dashed line, right? So this one is going to be dotted. Now, this next thing I'm saying is very important that you keep separated in your brain, especially for later when we get to doing 2 lines on one graph and whatever else and all of those things. In our one-dimensional inequalities, we were shading to the right or to the left, right? We were only dealing with the x-axis. However, when you are thinking about inequalities in 2 dimensions, you must not do that because you will get it wrong, right? This says greater than, right? So if I was thinking right and left, I would shade over here, right? But you don't think right and left. You think above and below. If it's greater than, you shade above. If it's less than, you shade below. Is this making sense so far? Good. So we're going to shade above the line. And then there it is. So the solution, so we can think about, remember I was made this whole big deal on Tuesday about asking why questions and what questions and all that kind of stuff. So the solution to this inequality, any ordered pair that's in this region would work. Right? And this is, if you think about this in a word problem type situation, you might have something like where, okay, I can make grades in this line, but the absolute highest grade I get is this, and the lowest grade I can get is this. And so anywhere in here, if I make some combination of spelling and some combination of reading and whatever else, I pass. If I make anything out of here, I done failed. Right? There's all kinds of ways you could use inequalities, but anything in here would work. Does this make sense? Okay. Let's do another one. X minus 1 is greater than y. What do we need to do? We need to turn it into slope-intercept form. And first step, and that would be a good first step would be to turn it all around, right? Put the y over here. Just don't forget to flip your inequality, right? So y is less than x minus 1, right? Why would it be that? The negative wouldn't all of a sudden jump to the x, and the positive wouldn't jump to the 1. Okay, so now it's the slope-intercept form, right? What should we jot down before we go to draw the picture? Slope and y-intercept, sounds great. What is the y-intercept? It is negative 1, true enough. What is the y-intercept? Negative 1. What is the slope? 1. And 1 over 1. And if you want to write it like that, that can be helpful, right? Then we go to our graph. All right, what now? Do the y-intercept. Where are we going to draw a dot for the y-intercept? Down 1. We'll put a dot. And then what are we going to do? Up 1 over 1. True enough. Then we're going to do one more just to make sure it's good. Up 1 over 1. Now what are we going to do? Dotted line. And then what are we going to do? Not above. Below. Y is less than. Shade below. Okay. Is this making sense? Anybody have any questions so far? Okay. Let's do another couple. But this time, you do it first. Do guided practice 2A on page 318. Ready, go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready, go. I wrote it on the board. What? Well, you know. Any questions? What? Did you subtract x first?
Wait, so I was right.
Exactly, because what? Because we want y by itself. We've got to have it in slope-intercept form first. Have to. So we've got to get y by itself first. So x is over, to get x from here to here, we got to subtract it. Right? I hear you, but just wait a second. You're good. Then we can't have a negative on the y because he's not by himself. So divide by -1. And we divide by negative, this flips, right? And then we've got intercepted there, up 1 over 1, all the things. Okay, Riley?
When you divide by the -1, what cuts one side flip? Okay.
It did. It was less than, and it turned into greater than.
You got 1 from the x.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's an implied 1 there, right? Yes, ma'am?
Does it matter if I just wrote a line under negative x plus 3, like just one line and then -1, instead of having to use both of those?
That's fine as long as you are consistently doing it right. But if like you end up making a mistake often-ish and you're forgetting to do one of them, then you should start doing it this way. But yeah, that's fine. I usually write it this way in Algebra 1 especially, so we remember to do it on all of them. Any other questions on this one? All right, do the other guided practice in that same box. Ready to go? Yes, sir. Which was where I started.
I didn't even look at that. I just looked at what you wrote.
That makes sense.
Simple.
No, you're blue.
Yes, I am.
What'd you do first, Paisley? Good. After that, we got to get y by itself, same as the last one. So you got to move that 2x over. How would you move it over? Mm-hmm. And why y'all are we subtracting it and not adding it?
Because it's already, it would just be making it harder for yourself.
It's not just making it harder now. What's 2x plus 2x? 4x, not 0. Right? You got to do what cancels it. Right? You seem to be staring. You have a question? I said you seem to be staring. Do you have a question? You stuck somewhere?
I don't know. I was just
Don't try to do it in your head. Don't try to do it all in your head. Stop that. Bad practice.
But what? How did you subtract 2x from 18 and nothing happened to 18?
They're not like terms. Because 18, that's a great question.
Obvious, right?
Yeah. No, that's a good question at this point. If you're still asking that in pre-cal, then then maybe we should talk. But at this point, it's a great question.
Would you divide 3 off of y?
You would certainly divide 3 off of y.
And then you do it with 18. Because
See, in pre-cal, I say things like, "No, I'm not going to read that because y'all are annoying me right now. Y'all do it." I don't say stuff like that except in pre-cal. Pre-cal is fun. It's slightly abusive. It's good. It usually goes both ways, so it's fine. especially this year because it's 3 boys. So, yeah. No. No, he's not that old, bro. Garrett was in pre-cal last year, though. None, you. You probably do. Mm-hmm. Wait for what? What you got, bro?
Why did the 4 equal to?
Oh, because I forgot. Magic is this new rule I haven't told you about, that when you divide by 3 specifically, the equal to goes away. Yes, ma'am?
Inequality only puts you divide by negative.
Correct, correct.
I know it's when you like when you divide it.
Now, only if it's by a negative. Yep. How you doing, Paisley? Like, for real? Like, you got this one? You walking it? Is there a place you're confused? You can't say all of it, because I know you got the first part, because you told me the first part. Okay. Good.
Would it be down 2 or 3?
2. Rise over run.
Oh, yeah. I went the opposite way.
Yeah, because if you go down and back, you undid what you did. Because you went negative and negative, which is positive. So it's got down and over.
So it's I did it right. So it's negative 2 down and then 3. Okay. That's why I kept going wrong. I'm so smart. I did it right. I just went the wrong way. So I guess I didn't do it right.
Where's shading? Where's shading? You missing shading? All right. You need to look at your book or your neighbor's book if you were a bad little kid and didn't bring your book. We're going to look at guided practice 3. We're going to look at that guy and we're going to write an equation that represents the inequality. So what things do we need to know in order to write that inequality? Y-intercept, slope, and what other thing? Because it's an inequality. Where it's shaded. True enough. True. Yes. Actually, yeah, there are 4 things. Thank you. Good catch. Yeah, and whether it's dotted or dashed. Whether it's dotted or solid. Right? Okay, so what is, on that picture, what is the y-intercept? 1. Y-intercept is 1. What is the slope? It's definitely negative, whatever else it is. What you're looking for is where it crosses at a cross. I'm talking about the grid marks, right? So whatever it crosses perfectly like that, it's crossing in the middle. We can't figure that out. I think it's down 4 over 1. Because you got to count from another cross across. So you count, yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was 1-1 because I was thinking that they did what we were doing.
Well, if it was 1-1, then it would be going up 1 over 1, right? So it'd be this way. That's a positive slope. It's a negative slope because it's going this way. It's going down 4 and over 1. It's like that. Isn't it cute? Great. Is it shaded above or below? Below. Is it dotted or is it solid? Dotted. So, what is the inequality going to be? Y is less than negative 4 x plus 1. We did it. Homework number 2. In order to make sure that your day is complete, thinking about where we are and what we have, you have a test a week from today on this chapter. A week from today.
That's true. It's just like really tiny numbers. Tiny numbers. Dude, Legos are this. You could step on talking about this thing. That's bad. Oh, that's what we're going to.
Where are you getting 5 dash?
Well, what dash put?
It's literally on the board, girl. What are you talking about?
Where does it say that?
Numbers.
No, like a unit.
That's an X.
Why would it say the unit? It's got the page numbers.
But it's still 5, 6, right?
It's numbers 10 through 38 even.
Yeah. But
6. That's a 6.
Okay.
It's definitely a 6. It's definitely not an 8. Yes.
Did we just do homework 1?
We haven't done any homework. We did classwork.
We did notes.
We did notes over 5-4 and 5-6.
so this is due.
Tuesday.
Are you sure?
What? Correct. Yes, ma'am. You count from across to across. So here's a cross. How far does it go down to another cross? It goes down 4 over 1 from this cross. Not from 0, but from where it crosses across.
Yeah, but I also went up.
And then back, so you can go up 4 and back 1. So the back is a negative, right? So it's still negative 4 either way. I am letting you go early. Listen, please. Listen. Own your crap. You are in school. Do school. Do your homework for math, science, English, all of the things. And if, for whatever reason, you do not do it, stop blaming other crap. You chose not to do it. You made something else more important. Might have been a good choice, might have been a bad choice. Just own what you did. Does this make sense? Good.